Good morning. How has everyone been doing the last few days? Um, Today we are going to read chapter 8 on the blobs, Crash Land. It's been a couple days. I know not a whole lot of people are watching these, but I ain't going to force you to watch them. I follow Justin on his Instagram, and they already are on Start Volume 2. Can't wait, Justin. I'm going to collect them all. And hopefully I can get them all signed by you, because I don't want to. I might spend the extra few bucks for the next one to get it signed by you and Rick. But Justin, if you are watching this or somewhere someone can show them this, can I get a signed copy, please? I couldn't get one because I didn't want to spend the much. / I didn't have a whole lot of money at the time. But is there a way I can get a signed copy of this book and your other book? So this one. Far across the galaxy, deep within the sleek control center of Blob Force headquarters, a space pod. A space commander sat at his desk monitoring the screens, red lights flashing, a location pinged on the map in front of him. The commander turned to his superior. Captain, I'm receiving a distress signal from an unknown planet. One of our pods has crash landed there. The captain shot up from his chair. Send a rescue pod immediately. Yes, sir, the officer yelled, rushing out of the room as the captain intently studied the screen. Goosebob, Zilma, Chubbs, and Wilby crouched behind a large rock, eyes wide with awe and fear. They peered over the edge, taken into the scene. Ahead, whoa, what is that? Goosebob whispered. It looks like the ultimate gloom level in Blobcraft 3.5. Wilby rubbed his hands together. Excitement. Zilma pulled off her backpack, retrieving a pair of binoculars. She scanned the structure before them, her eyes narrowing as she took in the details. From front gate with 2 green guards, a tower with a spotlight, and a vent entrance on the east wall. Zilma told them as she panned across the fortress. She lowered the binoculars and turned to the group. We need a game plan. What are you guys good at? Wilby puffed out his chest. Well, I'm pretty small, so I can basically fit anywhere. I'm pretty strong, I guess, Goosebob said, with a shrug. Then he grinned and as he pulled a junky-looking device from his pocket. And I like making my own drones. I happen to say this custom RGX 6000 right here. Zelma raised an eyebrow. That looks like a piece of trash. Goosebob looked smug. Exactly, the perfect decoy. He tossed the device in the air and it whooped to life. That is epic. Why does that sound like Justin? That's epic. Because that's what he says a lot. Bobby exclaimed, eyes wide with admiration. Goosebob stood a little straighter. Perfect, Zelma nodded. Chubbs, what about you? That's them behind the rock. Wall or whatever. Sweat broke out on his forehead as Chubbs tugged on his collar. I'm really good at taking care of plants. Lobster's screen displayed a happy face. Zelma couldn't help but grin. I know exactly what we're going to do with you. What do you want from me? Kadetsky's eyes darted back and forth between the towering figures. Lord Zord leaned in a big grin. Stretch crossed his face. Follow me, my little friend. I'll show you. Before Kadetsky could respond, 2 of the hulking, glitching guards grabbed him by the arms, dragging him out of the cell. His heart pounded as they marched down the shadowy corridors, each step echoing anonymously in the hallway. A narrow hallway. Goosebob drone zipped through the air, scanning the maze of buildings and endless hallways inside the fortress. The feed display on Goosebob's controller screen was confusing at first, but after a few tense moments of searching, he spotted something. Guys, I see him. Goosebob's voice cracked with excitement. He's on the bridge with some of those from Big Green Cups, and he's handcuffed. Chubb's face paled and his hands trembled. Oh no, Kadetsky, we gotta save him. Zelma stood on her tiptoes, so she could see the controller screen. Over Goosebob's shoulder, She scanned the image with laser precision, muttering to herself as her mind raced through possibilities behind them on the ground. Lobster ran his own rapid succession of diagrams of schematics across his panel, but no one was looking. Still shaken, Chubbs leaned over to Wilby. What's she doing? Suddenly, Zoma snapped back to attention. Here's the plan. She pulled a foiled piece of paper out of her bag, spread it across the rocks, and sketched a diagram with her eyes, gleaming with intensity. Whoa, slow down, Chubbs interrupted, his voice wobbling. Don't you think we should, think about this a little bit? Zelma whipped around, her expression fierce. Chubbs, we don't have time. We don't act fast, we'll never get Kadetsky back. We'll be staring dreamingly at Zelma and blurted out, you really are the girl of my dream. Zelma snapped her fingers right in front of the Wilby's face. Snap out of it, goob face. There's no time for infatuation. Some of these words I'm having hard. I don't know why. We need you focused. Wilby didn't flinch, still grinning like a goofball. Oh, believe me, I'm very focused. Zelma shook her head. Lobster's beeped so loud it made everyone jump. Zelma's eyes widened as she saw the display on the screen. Her mind absorbed the data and plant blob was showing her, and she smacked the side of her head. That's it. I can't believe I'm saying this, but your plant blob just leveled up my plan. She turned on to the others. It's time for phase 1. What is this place? Kadetsky wandered out loud. Stepping into the vast hall, it was not like anything that existed back home. Glowing artifacts, towering pillars, and glass ceiling illuminated by flickering electric lights. Don't act like a fool, you space scum, barked the glittery guard, poking his staff into Kadetsky's arm. Electricity shocked him. He rubbed his arm as they continued down the corridor. Hey, Thunder Lord Zord, at his guard, go easy on our guest. He could come in handy. Remember, the guards hurriedly stepped back and not wanting to upset Lord Zord. Let me show you something, he said to Kadetsky, and he screamed, guards, open the mega vault. Damn, I got a few more pages. Guards scared to the wall keypad, their shoes squeaking with every step, and unlocked the vault. Oh, great glorbs. Would you fools please fix the squeaky situation? Lord Zord yelled. He leaned over to one of the assassinations and said, take a memo. All guards must use anti-squeak oil daily. Across the room, guard glimpsed a ladder to the sign that read 23 days since last squeak incident and turned the number back to 0. Whoosh captured Kadetsky's attention as the vault opened to reveal a vast array of strange large gadgets and contraptions. Because we are a supreme species, we have developed the ability to remove ourselves from the bottom halves and install a completely new modification of our choosing. Lord's already explaining, pointing at the contraptions. Kadetsky scaring the wall in amazement. How do these things work exactly? Lord Zord snapped his claw. 2 guards took down a modification that looked like a small box and placed it in front of Lord Zord. This clause, he lifted himself out of his legs, modifications, and settled himself into the box, locking it on with a lever. Kadetsky tried not to laugh. Then Lord Zord pushed a button on the side, and the box unfolded into a huge oval desk. Kadetsky cried, his mouth falling open, and Lord Zord floated off the ground. That's right, Lord Zord. This here is a hover modification. Kadetsky stepped forward for a closer look. Hey, I had a hover disc back home, but I've never seen one so big. Whether it be in speed modification, Lord Zord continued, ignoring him. The hover module, the spider legs on the suction mount, we always have an advantage against our enemies. Kadetsky was only half listening. If I could get my hands on that hover module, maybe I could escape. Lord Zord hovered away as the guards graped Kadetsky and marched down the hall. Turning the corner, Kadetsky's gaze landed on the group of glitchy guards in front of the massive gate that seemed to be hiding something enormous. We're here, the guard sneered, a menacing grin stretching across his face. Kadetsky's adrenaline spiked. Not quite, Lord Zord boomed. Guards opened the gate As you wish, sir. The guards raised his staff, setting electricity to the keyhole, and the gate creaked open. A brilliant blue glow flooded the room, lightening the Kadetsky's face. This clears things up for you, Lord. Zord taunted Kadetsky, scanned the room in alarm. He had a bad feeling as the glitches rushed around, activating machines and widgets. Kadetsky's mind raced. Didn't one of those cup things blurt out something earlier about galaxy domination? If they're really planning on galactic conquest, maybe getting captured wasn't the worst thing that could have happened to me. Maybe it was the best thing, because now even if I don't escape, I can warn all the other blobs traveling to our new home. Kadetsky subtly pressed a button on the stolen comm so he could secretly record everything. Now he needed to get Lord Zord talking. Not really. Why don't you explain? Silence, Zord. Lord Zord snapped, cutting him off. We are on the verge of galaxy-wide domination. The glitch's voice rumbled with power. We're building the ultimate glitch doomsicle. With it, we will control everyone and everything. All we need is to find the last 4 key doomsicles to activate the reactor. His words sent a chill through Kadetsky's. His eyes flew open as the widget of the situation hit him. Wow. And where exactly are those doomsicles? Lord Zord grinned open widely. That was chapter 8 of The Blobs by Justin Stewart. Again, Justin, can I get a signed copy, please? Thank you.